If you're trying to get leads today for your business, in this video, I'm going to cover 3 things that you can do, and I promise you, you will get results. Just because a lead is cold and old does not mean that it's dead. For the past 60 days since I took over sales for our company, since my salesperson moved on to a better opportunity, I have been showing the team here how it should be done. And I've been given the nickname, the Grave Digger. By the way, I'm Kyle Milan, owner of Milan Media, where we help companies for the past 10 years with their digital marketing, increasing brand awareness and money. And that's what we're all about. So it's become kind of a joke for the past 60 days where my marketing operations manager, Christian, gave me the name Grave Digger because I'm like, all right, I'm back into sales. This is now part of my normal routine like I did years ago when I was really grinding at this company. So I'm going to take this thing over and I'm going to uncover some leads. And I went after everybody. So I'm going to cover the 3 things that I did that anybody can do starting right now. Number 1, you want to gather all your data. You want to look at leads, deals, past customers, everybody. Nobody is dead. Every stone is worth uncovering. I went back multiple years. People that I tried quoting 3-4 years ago never closed. I want everybody into one bucket of bodies because I'm going to go through every single one of them and see if I can breathe some life back into it. Now, if you have a CRM system, it could be easy. If you have a quoting system, it could be easy. If you've got your stuff on a CSV file or Excel, it'll make it a little bit more difficult. But the key is get all of your information in one place. Now we're going to start to prioritize it and go through every single contact. Step 2, I want you to reach out to everybody individually. Now, if you have a massive list, I'm talking thousands and thousands of people, then you can automate this. But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. The best part is to individually reach out to them. I know what you're thinking. If you're a salesperson, like, dude, that's going to take me so long. Yeah, well, the previous sales guy before you didn't do their job, so now you have to do their job for them because they wasted time. And now you have to make up for all that time by uncovering these leads. So one by one, email them. It's just very simple, direct to the point. Hey, Joe, want to reach out. It's been a while since we last talked. Is this thing still on the books? Hey, I noticed that my sales guy followed up with you. I didn't get a response. What's going on with this? Hey, it looks like we may have missed that pricing, missed that quote, missed that project, etc. We didn't respond in time. It all has to be relevant to that situation, which is why you don't want to preferably automate this at this step. You want to gather everybody in so you know what was the last communication, what do you think was the issue that happened, so you can reference that issue in your follow-up. Now, you may be thinking, oh yeah, that's easy. I'm just going to type all these emails. Wrong. If people weren't responding to your emails before or your previous salesperson's emails, you need to figure out a new method of contacting them. If you're B2B, hit them up on LinkedIn, send them a connection request, then send them a message, be like, hey, sent you a couple emails, maybe they got lost in junk or you're just busy, want to see the update on this. I've been doing this for the last 60 days and I have covered an insane amount of deals that are back into the pipeline. I'm like, actually, yes, or actually, yeah, you're right. The salesperson didn't listen to what I said. And I do want to talk to you about getting a new pricing, or, oh, that pricing that they sent was crazy high. I didn't want all of that. I just wanted this one problem solved. So a lot of times, this is just the nature of the beast. When you have salespeople, they have a discovery call, they understand the pain points, they go and present the solution, and sometimes it's off, or sometimes it's intentionally off because they just sucked, which has happened. But you want to try and say, hey, I'm here. I want to have a conversation and see, is this still worth pursuing? And the third step is going to be set up some automation so this doesn't happen again. Just because a lead comes in, what usually happens at most companies is if they don't immediately go to pricing, let's say that they do, they go to pricing and they don't, there is going to be some sort of stall or some sort of delay. So I want to look at everybody that had that delay and set up automation to where if there's no activity, no response for a certain period of time, then they're automatically going to go into a sequence, preferably using something like HubSpot, into a sequence to where I continue to reach out to them every once in a while, and that's automating that set. That doesn't mean that you can just set it and forget it, but at least you've got the base fundamentals there to where nobody will ever get forgotten about and they'll continue to be outreach. But then every week I want you to spend time looking at that funnel and say, hey, we had 1,000 people or 100 people. Let's say 100 people and make it simple. You got 100 people you're going after. You reach out to them all within a week. Then you're going to set them on some sort of schedule. And then if they still don't respond, they still don't engage, you can put them into automation. As new people come in, as you get ghosted, as it gets stalled, as it gets delayed, then there's going to be some sort of trigger where you check it and say, put them into pipeline management or pipeline automation. And then they're going to get it on some sort of cadence every 3 months, every 6 months. Now, during the week, while you're working these new deals that are coming in and these new ones that you're trying to breathe life into, as new ones come in and they start to stall, then you say, hey, I'm going to spend this day during the week. It's going to be Wednesday afternoons. I'm going to book my calendar. I'm going to go through all those people that are in that sequence or in that workflow. I'm going to say, should I reach out to them in a different method? Okay, this person, they just got touched 3 weeks ago, no response, no open. It's the third time that they've been touched. What am I going to do now? I'm going to go after them on LinkedIn. So hopefully You've already connected with them on LinkedIn if you're B2B, or connected with them in another method, gotten their cell phone, something like that, to where you can text with them, and you're going to work through that list. These 3 steps are missed by so many companies. They think, oh, something came in, it didn't convert, they don't want to do business with me, they don't have a need anymore, etc., so I'm just going to forget about them. Or the flip side of it, the salesperson's like, yeah, I'm following up with them, yeah, I've got a task scheduled, and then you look at the follow-up and you're like, you're saying the same thing over and over again. You emailed them, they didn't respond. 6 weeks later, you emailed them, they didn't respond. 6 weeks later, you email them, they don't respond. If you think that the output or the change is going to happen just by you continuing to just put time in between it, then you're going to end up banging your head up against the wall for no reason. You have to change your method of outreach and say, hey, I emailed them and I sent them a LinkedIn message, and then the next step is I'm going to call them, and then I'm going to go back to email, then I'm going to have my manager call them, then I'm going to post something on LinkedIn about them or something like that. Like, you have to change up your methods. But if you do these 3 things, I can promise you 30 leads in 30 days. That's a challenge. Can you do it? I've done it in the last 60 days. We've got, I think, 3-4 new clients that are coming on board strictly because I said, I've got all these new people coming in. I'm going to work those as normal, but this massive pool of people that have already been engaged with us at some level, whether it's just an initial conversation, we provided them pricing, or we are about to close and there was some hang up, I want all of them to come in. I'm going to start digging up those graves, breathing life back into those bodies, see if I can turn them into customers. So if you guys got value out of this content, share it with somebody that you know. If you have a salesperson that needs to be doing this, send them this video, send it to the boss, or just do it yourself. If you want to take time out of the equation, don't rely on somebody else to do it. Show them how it should be done by doing it yourself. Subscribe to the channel below, turn on notifications, and if you guys want to listen to all of my content in a podcast format, type in Your Marketing Sucks on every platform, and I'll see you on the next one.